welcome or welcome back. My name is Starr and I'm a light renegade, part of a collective of Pleiadian beings bringing you information from beyond the veil. Hi, I hope that everyone is well. Apologies, I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open. I had pre-planned I think it's technically called scrambling, but it was supposed to be a walk that ended up just, climbing over two giant mountains yesterday. So yeah, I feel really tired today, and I was very grateful to be outdoors yesterday. I felt very much at peace, even though the coronation and all of that reptilian energy was shining down on us. So I hope that some of you found your places of peace and safety too. I have something very different today, and I'm so grateful for that. I think we've needed a little bit of ease in this space. If you've been here from the beginning, you kind of know that this just started by the Galactic Alliance, Galactic Federation of Light coming in and asking us to share information. And Maria was given the assignment of the Pleiadian High Council. However, we all work together, we all communicate together with each other. So we've not really been sure how this space was going to take form, and we've had different beings coming in and different spirits as well, so that was very much a shock for us. But I'm starting to see how this is all coming together and to be a space of exploration and deeper layers of understanding of ideologies that are already existing in our collective understanding, but little pockets to kind of delve a little bit deeper if you are on a similar timeline to us, but also contradictory to that if you are not, also just to have a different perspective and a different point of view. So I'm very excited to bring forward Rico Angara today. We're going to call him Rico for short, who is a reptilian representative from the Galactic Alliance, and just so sweet, a really, really sweet soul. And yeah, I'm really grateful to have him in our space. He's really funny, and it's a very nice light energy, I think, to bring forward right now, whilst we are still delving into some deeper, darker aspects in other spaces. So yeah, I'm very grateful to have him aboard and for him to be sharing his experience. But he explains who exactly he is, how he came to be here, and yeah, what's been going on in his incarnation. So I'm excited to share that with you all too. I did want to bring something forward that I don't want to, how do I want to word this? I just want to make people aware so they know. But over the past few weeks, I've kind of had this level of a feeling, a sense, and understanding that, I won't be in this space as often as I have been in the past. And, to those that were hoping to potentially work with myself, or have specific questions answered, I would get those in sooner rather than later. I'm not being given a time frame, but I know that I won't necessarily be frequenting in this space as frequently as I have been in the next few months. So just to have that in the back of your mind at this time, for those that were perhaps wanting to step forward and to work with me, I think that I will still be around, but I might not be as accessible as I am right now. So just to have that in your minds moving forward. But that being said, I'm just really excited to share Rico with you. I hope that you can feel his energy through this, and yeah, he's very much with me now. So yeah, I'm excited to bring this forward. And he started with, "Hello, kind souls. I feel as though my contribution here is very much overdue. My name is Rico Angara. I'm a reptilian representative from the Galactic Alliance. My purpose from my previous incarnations was to defeat the reptilian order from the inside out. I was part of the Draconian order. However, from a systematic approach and the dispelling of energies around me, the Galactic Federation were able to set myself free. I was part of a collective that had had enough. You could see our presence here on Earth was doing more harm than good, and we were watching many suffer. And we could see that the way that we had chose to live was not of benefit to other, which is something that we were never taught. If you are born reptilian, you are told reptilian is the only way, the strongest way, and the most productive species that there is. We are taught to see others as inferior and smaller in comparison. However, after many incarnations, I began to see that this was just not true. I'd always been a curious being, and I took it upon myself to seek others out so that I could sense other beings around me. And I started to interact with them, not in the ways in which my predecessors had ever taught me, but purely to just get to know them, to understand their ways and to study them. I did this in secret. Whilst out on orders, I would make sure I connected with at least one other not of my own kind. I would make sure to say something to them. I would say, I see you. I would often ask, what does life mean to you? I just felt called and compelled to behave in such a way. I now know that this was part of the Galactic Alliance, hoping that I would see something out of the parameters of what I was able to understand, hoping that I would remain curious and looking for something else. And I was excited to connect in others, not just my own, and not in the ways of suffering that I had witnessed on my planet alone. This was something new and exciting to me. I didn't understand them, but I could see that they took pity on me. And I think that was where I began to break down. We had been taught to fight. War and domination is the only way. But once others started to sense that I was not a threat and curious, they did not want to fight me, but to help me. Not a single being I came across ever wished me harm. They just asked me questions, whom I really was, where I was from, and why did I find myself where I was. You see, I really was a nobody from where I am from. I wasn't important, just a runner of sorts, just a being that would shapeshift and take on small jobs to reclaim information or move products or perform service of some kind. That was what I was trained to do, but I was made also so very aware that this was all I was good for and nothing else. So when another being looked at me, truly looked at me with compassion, something over time snapped. It was as if I could sense new layers of myself coming forward. It felt uncomfortable. I felt agitated, angry, and confused, but it wouldn't stop. Each time I would leave on a mission, I would have this sense of excitement over whom I may be in contact with today. I never harmed another, although I witnessed much sacrifice on my planet, and this was part of our routine, rituals and sacrifice. This was normal to us. I didn't know any other. It's an exciting time on our planet. We feel such freedom and thrill from this type of connecting with one another. You see, this is the only time we do truly connect in a way that you could consider to be camaraderie or a pleasureful experience. We do not live like you. It is rigid and orderly. Commands are made and you fulfill them. You do not connect with others above or below you. You are put into categories of interaction and you stay in your lane. No one deviates or you will be punished, put to death. There is no straying from the path or the plans set by the elders or the One. The master that rules over us all, a force so large you dare not look away in his presence. You cannot consider it a life, more of a service to those in power that continue to be greedy and that are always seeking more. I wish to share my experiences so that you have a better understanding of just who the Reptilians are and why they have moved the way that they have for so many years. I am a free soul and I'm still so very grateful for that. I work with the Galactic Alliance. I suppose you could call me a rehabilitated soul. I am free. I wish to help of my own accord. I have learnt to love and to experience other emotions that I didn't think possible. I am here as an example of a being that chose not necessarily the light, but just chose to seek more from where I was stuck. I think this way of thinking will be helpful to some that find themselves here, that will be guided here. It is okay to seek other, not necessarily the light, because in others you will be met with love, compassion, and ultimately this turns into the light. I'm so very excited to share my stories with you all and to get to know you more through this kind vessel. Her love shines through so strongly, and I'm hoping that I can shine this brightly someday also. Sending all my light to you, Rico. I got a little bit confused at the end there. But I think what Rico was trying to say was that, if you find yourself here and you're not sure why you're here, but you've been guided here. And, you know, you might not necessarily believe in the light of sorts, but you are just hoping to connect. You're just hoping to connect with others in a different way. You're hoping to gain a new layer of understanding for yourself. That is so okay and so welcome here also. You know, I wouldn't consider myself to be religious. I would say spiritual, but I definitely pull a lot of understandings and ideologies from a lot of different spaces and things that I believe to be true. So I don't necessarily follow one particular strain over another. I would just consider myself to be a light being of sorts. So, you know, everyone is welcome here. There isn't necessarily a label to place on self, and if you find yourself here, I would consider you to be a light being, a light worker, and a participant in this evolution that we are so desperately trying to be at the forefront of everyone's mind. But Rico is so sweet. He's very loving and very considerate, and I think that he's going to shed a new layer of understanding of the reptilian order in a very light way, which I think that we're needing right now. So thank you to those that have been sticking it out, and to those that are just remaining curious. I think we are expanding consciousness here. We are expanding the parameters of some aspects that we have been wanting to know a little bit deeper. I feel like Rico is going to answer a lot of the questions that you may have had about reptilians, and I feel like he is going to want to interact too, so that is also very exciting. So you might be able to, you know, connect with Rico yourself and do some questions and answers with him. We will create a space for that. But I think that's it from today. I just felt the calling that I should make people aware that I'm not going to be as accessible as I have been in the next few months. And, you know, I've very much been told that this space is the beginning of many other things that I've signed up for this incarnation. So I know that I will not be here forever. And that came as a shock to me. I think that came as a shock to all of us light renegades. You know, I think that we have been putting such heart and soul into this, and yeah, it feels like it's only just starting to take shape. But, you know, I listen to what I'm told, and, you know, I know that I'm merely a conduit for this light, and I trust those that are, you know, in charge above me somewhere else. And yeah, I'm just excited to be in this space for a while it lasts, and just to see what's going to happen next. I feel very excited for that, and there's a lot of light energy coming in. I think that after this coronation, there's going to be so much coming in that is going to be undeniable, that we are very much shifting towards, you know, the 5D and above. And I think this is going to be made very, very aware to those that might not be awake yet also. And yeah, it's an exciting time, everyone. So yeah, I hope that you are finding your places of peace and rest. And yeah, I'm going to rest now too. But thank you so much for joining me today, and do not hesitate to reach out to any of us light renegades or me personally. My email is in the description below. But do take care for now, everyone. Bye.